Let me tell you a little bit about Dan. This is Dan's third attempt at project number 2 because he keeps forgetting to bring his manual, which is a good thing because he is working on this project to help him improve his organizational abilities. Dan is actually a very organized person when it comes to giving a presentation, but he's been very, very busy lately, and this has become a very big challenge for him. So he is using this opportunity to hone those skills once again. The title of his speech this evening is, Dan, the Second Amendment?
That'll work.
All right, the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, Dan Peterson.
I'm going to read a quote, and you can all finish it with me. Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it. Almighty God, I know not what course others may take, but for me,
Give me liberty or give me death.
Patrick Henry. The Second Amendment was adopted December 15, 1791, and it was based on the English Bill of Rights from 1689. So it's not new. It's not new to the world. Now, the Second Amendment is part of our Bill of Rights. The Constitution is separate from the Bill of Rights. What does the Constitution govern? I'll tell you. It governs the federal government. And it tells the federal government which parameters they must operate within. And they are not allowed to stray from those parameters. The Bill of Rights is for the people, not for the government. And the government is not authorized to change or alter in any way the Bill of Rights. And I think, reflecting back on what Patrick Henry said in his quote tonight, that we can see the gradual encroachment into the Bill of Rights by the government. The government, for example, is not authorized to have a standing army. That's why we have the Second Amendment. And a lot of us probably didn't really realize that. The Founding Fathers did not envision that the federal government would have an army controlled by the federal government that was stronger than the people. And the people with the right to bear arms were meant to be able to defend themselves against tyrannical government, and they were to be better armed than the temporary armies that the government would come up with. Well, we can see that's kind of backwards right now. I said earlier that the English had a Bill of Rights. And in that Bill of Rights was the right to keep and bear arms. Well, guess where that Bill of Rights is now? Guess how many people in England have the right to keep and bear arms? How did the English government usurp their Bill of Rights? Well, I'm going to tell you how. they decided in all their infinite wisdom and finagling, took a couple hundred years to come up with this though, that their Bill of Rights to keep and bear arms was actually meant for people to have arms so they could hunt. And there were only certain people that were allowed to hunt. That was the Protestants and the farmers and the hunters. Well, now we've reached a point in England where game is becoming scarce. And so we should not hunt anymore. Well, how do we stop people from hunting and poaching and stuff? There you are. That's the end of the Bill of Rights. Take the guns away simply to save the game in England. The Second Amendment, however, as was revisited, I think in 2008, now correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the Supreme Court said that the Second Amendment gives people the inalienable right to keep and bear arms. And so the government cannot take that away. Well, what are we going to do, guys? Oh, I know. Here's the newest thing, and I know y'all watch the news, listen to the news, right? We can start with everybody on the terrorist watch list should not be allowed to have guns, right? Because this guy that shot up everybody in Orlando, he was on the terrorist watch list, wasn't he? But he had guns. So everybody on the terrorist watch list should not be allowed to have guns. And I'm sure that most of us, perhaps, agree with that. Is that right? Agree that if somebody's on the terrorist watch list, they shouldn't be able to have guns. Is that right? Okay. Janet Napolitano, whoever her name is, you know, Janet Napolitano, okay, agrees with her staff members that U.S. war veterans are the greatest threat to homeland security. Reasons being because of training with weapons, handling and maintenance, urban and rural warfare training, and IED capabilities. Their excuse is post-traumatic stress disorders will have a direct influence on higher homeland acts of violence. The real reason why they're doing it is because the vets pose a real threat to martial law if put into action. In other words, martial law doesn't want any competition. U.S. war veterans are put in the top 10 watch list for terrorism in Homeland Security. So Charlie is a terrorist.
Well, that's interesting.
He is too, and I am as well. So that's where we're at right there. Give me liberty or give me death. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.